Hello everyone. I wanted to make a quick video here of this truck for everybody. This is going to be coming up here on Bring a Trailer, and although there's a ton of pictures and a bunch of information, I just wanted to kind of go over everything on a video. That way you can get a better look at the truck. So this is a 1985 Toyota pickup. It is a 22RE 4-cylinder fuel injected motor. The cool thing about these trucks is this is the last year that Toyota offered the solid front axle with leaf spring suspension. It is the first year that they offered the fuel injected 22RE motor. So kind of the best of both worlds there. Got the newer motor with the solid front axle suspension on it. The other thing that makes these pretty popular is their use in the movie Back to the Future. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you can tell this truck was redone to be a replica of that truck, and it is pretty dang close. It has some upgrades compared to that truck that was in the movie, and some really cool stuff to it. So let's get into it really quickly. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the paint. The paint is in really good shape. The truck is super clean. The reflection of the parking lot is hard to see it, but I mean, it is really clean. Front and rear has these Smitty built tube bumpers. They are the dual tube. Definitely have that cool old school look to it. In the bed here, it's got a headache rack with 4 KC lights up on top. These yellow things on here, those are just covers. They call them daylighter covers. Those come off if you wanted to use the lights. All the lights work. Up on the front, like I said, it's got the Smitty built front tube bumper on it as well, and 2 more KC lights up front. So as far as the body goes, while we're looking at this, some areas that I usually look at when I'm looking at these trucks, the window seals down here have a tendency to collect rust and dirt and stuff inside of them. This truck doesn't show any sign of that at all here. Same thing up here on the top, all the way down here, and this rain channel that goes along. As you can see, it has been painted, but there's no signs of corrosion on this. Taking a look in here, usually see deterioration and rust along here. There's none of that. All clean. Window seals for the extended cab window as well. Usually see rust and stuff inside of these areas, but there's nothing there. Same thing along the back window and the rain channels. I mean, really clean truck. I don't see any rust anywhere on it. Take a look at the same stuff here on this side. Before I open the door, we'll look down here. No rust down there. Same thing here on the passenger side. Really, really clean. So sticking here on the outside, we already touched on the bumpers, the lights. It's got some nice 31-inch Goodyear Wrangler tires on it. Plenty of life left on them, some American racing rims. Really, really nice setup. Plenty of tread, all the tires are wearing evenly. This truck is four-wheel drive with manual locking hubs. Got some worn hubs up here on the front. Some custom shock hoops that have been welded in here. Some Bilstein shocks. Nice setup. Stainless steel brake lines, front and rear. So same thing here in the back. Got some Bilsteins. So the leaf springs on this truck here in the rear are 63-inch Chevy springs that are underneath it, and then the rear springs were moved up front. I'm taking a look underneath it in the back here. So I always like to take a look at the frame. Frame looks really, really good. There's no rust. This area here where this C notch is in the back, let's see if I can get there. This is a common area, so it goes from this boxed into this C channel type, and this area here has a tendency to get rust in it. There is none in there. This rear axle housing here has some differential armor on it, as you can see here. And then taking a look here, that is the electronic locker on the rear axle. The reverse lights have these nice 6-inch LED lights. I mean, like I said, this is, I mean, it is really clean. You can see the frame is just super, super clean. Some wiring for the lights that are up top, the KC lights. Let's take a look here underneath the middle here at the transfer case. So one thing you'll notice here is this disc brake here. So this disc brake is attached right at the output of the transfer case to the rear drive line. The e-brake is hooked up to this. Taking a look at the transfer case here. The front drive shaft is a custom made square tube drive shaft. So a lot of the times the reason they'll do this is number one, they're much stronger than the stock drive shaft, but number two, as you can see here where these two pieces meet, it allows for much more slip within the drive shaft, so just makes it easier for a lifted truck to be able to get correct drive length or drive line length. Front differential here, axle. As you can see, we've got the same differential armor here on the front. as well as an electronic locker here. Sorry about the leaves, guys. So electronic locker here. Just for those of you that don't know, so what an electronic locker or any form of locker inside of a differential does, even with the car in four-wheel drive, without lockers, what ends up happening is if one tire starts to slip, the power is all given to that tire. So the tire spinning gets all the power. So if you lose traction in, say, mud or on rocks, and one tire is spinning either off the ground or in mud, all the power will go there in the other tire, even in four-wheel drive. So what a locker does is it locks the two tires basically to spin at the same rate, no matter what. Definitely not something you use on the road, but it's a really, really nice thing to have off-road. All right, so moving on to the inside of the truck. Power windows, power locks. Or I'm sorry, power windows, manual locks, not power locks. Interior of this truck is insanely clean. Door cards, all there. Really, really clean. A lot of the time what you see, so you know, these trucks came with 4-inch speakers up here underneath the dash. You'll see a lot of the times, especially in these older ones, that people will cut a hole here and put 6.5-inch speakers. None of that's been done. Really, really, really clean interior. So we're going to start going over it. Like I said, the seats, as far as the bolsters go, there's no rips, no tears. The seats are in great shape. Both sides here, and we'll go over to the passenger side and open that up too and take a look. Sunroof. It is the flip-up type of sunroof. As you can see, there's no water damage. It's another thing I look for is water damage on the headliner. Headliner looks great. This cover piece right here, I'm not going to take it off because I don't want to risk damaging it. But these are really hard to find. This is not something that typically these trucks don't have, or if they did have it, they've been taken off and sold at some point in time. So really, really nice that that's there. Headliner looks great. All of the visors work. I mean, it just looks really, really good. This is a very, very clean interior. So these are the two switches to control the front and rear electronic lockers. So as you can see here, the front and the rear. So when you turn these on, this light will illuminate once those lockers have engaged. So flip the switch up, and then you would flip these up, and they would engage those lockers. Looking at what I believe to be the original gauge cluster, and the reason I say that is because the mileage on here is consistent with what we have seen from our research about this truck. All the gauges work, with the exception of the water temperature gauge, and the water temperature gauge is actually now an aftermarket gauge that is inside of the glove box. Moving down here, your cruise control, deck lamp light, defroster, your dimmer switch here, hood release. All right, so like I said, it is an AC truck, so you've got your AC here. All the AC components are new. So that's all been replaced and runs very well. AC works great, heat works great. Moving down here, this button here is for the electronic antenna. These two lights are for the front two KC lights, and then the lights up on the headache rack in the back. Got a nice JVC single DIN Bluetooth head unit here. And this here is the microphone for the Bluetooth to be able to use for your phone. It's a 5-speed manual transmission, 4-wheel drive. Really, really nice. I mean, take a look here behind the driver's seat. Little jump seat style rear here, storage in the back. All the carpeting has been replaced. Really, really clean looking restoration job here. And we'll take a look there, but that's where the jack is and everything underneath there. So we'll go onto the passenger side and take a look. Let's move on to the passenger side here and take a look there. Once again, all the lights work. Door cards are really clean. This looks great. Nice new carpet kit in it. Seat here. Tilt this seat forward here. Factory bottle jack. Taking a look under the hood here, it is a factory 22RE. This is the motor that this truck came with. It's have an aftermarket aluminum radiator. It's to be pretty thick, either a 3 or 4 row. Air conditioner and all of its components, and as you can see, the compressor inside of here and the condenser here with all the lines have all been replaced. AC works good, heater works good. If there's something specific that I haven't gone over that you would like to take a look at, please feel free to let us know, either in the comments or contact us through Bring a Trailer. I'd be more than happy to go over anything that I can in any amount of detail that you'd like. It's a very, very nice example of a clean 1985 Toyota pickup that has been modified tastefully. Everything's been done correctly, everything works. The truck rides great, has great road manners, fires right up, runs really well. The clutch is good, the brakes are good, the transmission is crisp. The shifts are perfect. I don't notice anything on the truck that I could say would need any attention. Alright, once again, if you guys have any questions or anything else you want me to go over, don't hesitate to ask. I'd be happy to provide any information that I can. Have a good day.